might have gotten it.
Oh, shit.
All right. Hello, everybody, and I'm going to start over. Hello, everybody. I'm Tim.
And I'm Tori.
And this is the Stuck Together podcast. Back for episode number 2.
Yes.
With video.
Camera.
Look at this. Now you can see our faces.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing.
My mic won't stay up on its stand. It keeps lowering.
It's an old stand.
Yeah.
He's an old boy.
He's an old man. He's done his time. So many hit records recorded with this mic stand.
We just moved all of this into this room.
It wasn't in this room.
It was not.
To be completely honest, we actually just recorded the first podcast.
Got excited. Hours ago.
Yeah, moved everything into this room. And now we're recording another one.
And it's 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah, it is.
Whoop, whoop. But yeah, so we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And my allergies are really bad now because
all the animal hair everywhere was absolutely ridiculous.
I'm still.
It was too much.
My God.
I don't understand how they have that much hair.
I don't either.
It's not cool.
Even Anubis, he's a short-haired little guy, and I find just piles of his hair
It's
everywhere.
weird. It's stealth hair.
Yeah. Scout is the least noticeable, surprisingly.
Should we wrangle them in here and introduce them all to everyone? Should we try and force them to get on camera?
Oh my God.
Oh, Newbie's right here. He was hanging out with us.
So sad.
Newbie, come up here, man.
Newbie,
come here.
Come here, baby.
Come here. Newbie, come here. Can I show you off?
Come here, Newbie. This is oh my God. He's like, what the hell?
Anubis.
This is Anubis.
Oh.
He's our little pit bull Rottweiler baby. Yeah,
buddy.
And then Sage is snoozing out in the living room, but we might be able to entice her. Sage, come here.
Come here, Sage. Don't you want to be on camera? I'll go get her.
Okay. Ooh, just me and the audience. Hello, audience. How's it going? This room is work in progress. Oh, here she comes. There she is. Hi, Sage.
Come here, Sage.
Oh, God.
This is Sage.
She looks over it. That is Sage and Anubis. Those are our dogs. And then we have 2 cats who we will not try to force to be in here.
They might just appear one day.
Yeah. Scout is our long-haired tuxedo cat. And I was saying that her fur is the least noticeable. Surprisingly.
Yeah, even over Anubis?
Well, Anubis is thick.
Yeah.
And gets stuck in everything. I don't know though. The cats don't shed that much compared to. I mean, no one sheds as much as Sage.
Yeah, it's all Sage.
That's Sage, the white one, the big white fluffy polar bear.
Now you have context.
Yeah, she is very hairy, and they all have dander, and I'm allergic to all of them, but I love them, so I don't.
She deals with it.
I don't care that I'm allergic.
I'm allergic to nothing.
We don't want to get into what I'm allergic to. I'm literally allergic to everything.
Polar opposites.
I'm allergic to. I just said we're not going to get into that, and then I'm like, actually, I do.
Let's go through all
that.
of them. We got the time.
No, I'm allergic to most outdoor things, especially grass. Doesn't stop me from going outside, but grass definitely. Pollen.
Mm-hmm.
Tree nuts. I'm allergic to tree nuts.
Yeah. I can't kiss you after you eat almonds. Or after I eat almonds. You can't eat almonds.
Yeah. No, I can eat peanuts. Peanuts are considered legumes. They grow in the ground.
Legumes?
Legumes. If you want to look that up. If you want. I thought you were going to. You went for the mouse.
No, I'm not going to look up legumes. I was adjusting the window.
I was like, oh, let's do it.
I'm barely starting to know what legumes are.
Legumes are beans.
Yeah.
Beans grow in the ground. Tree nuts grow on trees. My nose is running. I have to go for a second.
Get your tissues.
I gotta get my tissues. I forgot to bring them in here. I'll be right back.
I'm not allergic to anything.
No, he's not.
And I have been very grateful to not have to deal with it for my whole life. But, you know, that's how these things go. I got lucky that way, but you can't help it. I'm sure Victoria will tell everyone about the test that she took to get all of her. She was telling me about it, and they like literally just put everything that you could be allergic to on you. And then we're like, let's see what she reacts to, which seems like a very simple and straightforward test, which makes sense. But it also is like, oh, we're just going to, what if you're deathly allergic to?
Oh, you're talking about my allergy test?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was pretty painful.
It sounds like what the
It seems a little barbaric, to be honest, to just
let's just put everything on you and see
like,
what where it gets really red.
I don't know if they use these still, but when I got it done, they used these like little blue plastic like needle prick things and just like basically I think like dipped them in the allergen and then
pricked
me with them, and it hurt so bad. That hurt worse than my like allergic reactions to them. It hurt so bad, especially like for anyone who's gotten like back tattoos, you know how much they hurt, like especially right around like your sides and everything. And that's why I'm like afraid to get a back tattoo now, because that was so painful.
Oh man,
I don't want to do that because like especially the sides, they hurt really bad.
Yeah, doesn't sound fun. I'm still totally gonna get a back tattoo at some point, though.
Well, yeah.
You would too.
Should. Upper probably, like upper shoulders and stuff. I don't know. We both mainly only have our arms.
It's backwards.
It's backwards. The camera's backwards. We both have tatties.
Yep.
I'm so stuffy.
She's given me tattoos.
I have
a few from her.
Yep.
She's in training.
Yes. Training
Which you need to use all the rest of your skin and get good.
I know.
I'm going to force you to do that.
I know. Well, and I know that at the end of the day, it's like mainly getting good at drawing. And I mean, I'm good at drawing, but like the main part of tattooing a lot of the time is like you gotta like drawing, because that's like what you're going to be doing all the time. And so like I do want to practice, but I also haven't been drawing at all.
Yeah. Well, you have to get it. You'd have to like get into it and stay into it, right?
Yeah. I'd have to like immerse myself.
Yeah.
I'm so stuffy.
Oh, you got your tissues.
I know, but
you should be good to roll.
I know, but I can't like blow my nose.
Yeah, it's gonna be awkward. It's gonna be an awkward podcast.
Yeah.
Just like do it away from the mic.
I'm doing. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Damn it. Does this mean that this isn't meant to be tonight?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's gonna be part of what we do. Do you need to pop something? Can you take a Zyrtec? You take a Claritin real quick?
We should tell them about our sand dunes trek in the Zyrtec.
You can tell them about you.
Oh, you had a great time.
Yeah, well, I love the sand dunes.
Well, I do too.
Right.
We went to the sand
dunes. Well, I'm also
dunes.
not allergic to anything.
I'm Tim. I'm just superior in every way.
Okay, so we went to the sand dunes.
We went to the sand dunes. We were visiting Crestone because we love Crestone in Colorado. It's in the San Luis Valley, right next to the sand dunes. Yeah, there's sand dunes in Colorado. A lot of people don't know that.
We should do a whole episode
weird.
on the mystery of the sand dunes.
They're just there.
We could talk about it.
Yeah, it's like the only place they are in Colorado. It's crazy. But so we were going to the sand dunes. I hadn't ever been. The closest I had been was my mom was pregnant with me when she went one time.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never been, and I was so excited. But we woke up and I had terrible allergies, horrible allergies, and so I keep Zyrtec with me all the time. But
which has what effect on your sinuses?
It dries them out.
Yeah.
Which normally at the altitude that we live at here, which is what, like 50
Here's like
to
52,
80 basically,
53, whatever.
So at like 5,000 feet for me, it's fine. But the San Luis Valley is like super high elevation.
72.
72. It's dry. I think it was... Oh my God, my nose. I'm so sorry. This is literally what was happening in Crestone.
So this was happening
This
in
was
Crestone.
happening. This is not the type of nose you can take to the sand dunes. We can't do anything. So I take a Zyrtec, being like, this is fine. I didn't think about the elevation. I didn't think about the dryness of the time. It was October, wasn't it? Yeah, so it was like drying out. Like, Colorado was drier than it normally is. And so it dried me out to the point where I could barely breathe. We're like at the sand dunes, and we don't even get like there's a pretty big like plateau that you have to get through before you get to the actual like hills of the sand dunes. I could barely even make it past that plateau, and which is not normal for me. Like the next day we went on how long of a hike, and I was fine. Like, am I in the best shape? No, but I like was panicking. Like I couldn't breathe, and I really have to blow my nose now. I can't avoid it. Fuck.
Yeah, she took a Zyrtec, then went to the desert where it's so insanely dry.
Yeah.
And it was an ordeal.
Yeah, so I was like crying because I felt terrible. I like wanted to be there, and I like wanted to have a good time, but I just like I could barely make it up at all, because I was so dried out, and it was terrible. And I've been pretty hesitant to take Zyrtec ever since, even though it'd probably be fine here. I used to take it all the time, and now I'm like, man.
So you don't want to take one right now?
I mean, I could.
You could. Do you want to? Do you think it'd help?
I mean, I should have before we even started.
Oh.
Because now I can.
I mean, hey, I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
He's got a scratch.
Okay. Man, I'm okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Oh, but that's not.
I'm okay.
This is the most unpleasant listening experience. Oh my God.
This is the opposite of our last podcast was ASMR. So this one is not ASMR.
Well, and I normally don't sound like this. I feel like I sound so nasally.
Yeah.
Just
well, but over the course of however many podcasts we're going to make, it's just one.
Right, it's just one of them. It's just one of them. You're right. But yeah, so sand dunes, crazy things. We'll definitely have a podcast about those. They're
once we
weird.
go to Crestone again, we can talk about that too. We're gonna go soon.
Yep, we're gonna go because we got engaged. I have too many rings on. And we haven't been able to go on like a little celebratory trip yet. It's been like a month now, right? More than a month.
I wrote it down. It was in
July
June.
like 15th or something.
June? It was June.
June 15th or something like that?
Yeah, June 19th. No, was it Juneteenth?
No, I hope not.
Oh, well. It was.
That sounded bad. That sounded really bad.
You don't want to fight with Juneteenth for a date?
No, I don't. And it's, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to,
Well, I think it was around that time though.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you want to show them what we did today?
Yes, we went and got an aura photo taken. So it was my birthday 2 days ago, and I told Tim that I wanted an aura photo for my birthday, a couple's aura photo. So basically, you know more than I do about them. Do you want to just say what happens?
Basically what they do is they take a real picture of you, just a normal picture, and then there is like a biofield electromagnetic sensor that you put your hand on, and so it reads whatever it reads from your hand, and then it translates that into color and superimposes it onto your photo, and so you get a photo with the colors around you that are your aura.
Exactly. So we got ours done today, and I already put it in a frame, so hopefully the glare isn't too bad.
Yeah. There it is. Oh, There it is.
All right, so that's our aura photo.
Yep.
Not the camera. And so as you can see, it's like really red over on Tim's side, really blue over on my side, and then this nice like green and orange aura on top. And it was so much fun, and she told us lots of fun things about it.
Yep.
Basically that we're just like the perfect couple, you know. That's
all
literally
I
what she
heard.
said. She was
All
like,
I heard
oh
was
my
you guys
god,
are amazing.
yeah, you guys are literally the best people I've ever like done this for. Like, wow. Yeah.
No, but it was great, and we had a great time, and she was really nice, and
Yeah.
it was really fun. And when we got there, it was funny because on the road that it's on, there's like insane construction that's been going on for like a year, whatever. I don't know. Feels like forever. It feels like the road was always that way now.
It's
Like
been a long
there wasn't
time.
a time when that road wasn't under construction.
Yep. Wadsworth, everyone.
It was
if
insane.
anyone's in Colorado, Wadsworth and like Colfax area,
It was so bad.
terrible.
So when we got there, she was like, take a minute, chill, so you're not like vibing off of traffic energy.
Yeah, apparently there's a traffic aura. There's such a thing as that. It
Yeah.
can affect your aura.
And we dodged that, so
Yeah.
we did not get a traffic photo
Nope.
taken of
No
us.
traffic photos. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
it
that
was
was
really
just
fun.
part of the day, which we already said we had the tamales.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
in the last
last podcast.
podcast we went to Tamale Kitchen. Had tamales, they were really good. I had tamales. You had tacos.
Yeah, the tacos, I got barbacoa tacos, and they were killer. They were super good.
Such a good place. Yep. And then we got the supplies for this podcast today too.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. Look at that.
Got it all figured out.
You already had yours, but I had to get all mine.
We had to get it all set up. We had to get it in this room as well.
Yes.
And get all that set up. Apparently, I'm going to need a new mic stand, though.
Apparently. Yeah. I was worried about this sun tapestry in the back.
Yeah, is it
being-
creepy?
Yeah, it is. I mean, so
Is it
this used to
super
be in the
creepy?
living room with other tarot cards.
It'll be a thing. It'll be like,
And,
what
like,
tapestry are they
look
going to
at-
have up?
Look at that little baby. Like, what
It's
is
not
wrong?
that creepy.
Looks
It's
like
not
a
that weird.
grown man baby
Yeah, I mean,
on a really like that is
Look, it's
supposed to
not
be
great.
a baby.
I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying.
That horse is too small. Like if that baby is true
Okay.
to baby size,
That's like a.
That's a
That's like
tiny
an
horse.
8-year-old. It's not like a baby. It's like a.
Also,
he's
he's-
like 10.
yeah.
No, actually, he's like. That's just like an underdeveloped man. That's like way too big.
That's what I'm saying. I literally looked
The
at this
proportions are wrong.
tapestry
Well,
for so long.
it's artistic, right? It's
Yeah.
not. It's not true to life.
Well, and if anyone has tapestries, you know, most of the time you can't look at them too close because there's so much wrong with them normally. Like
Yeah.
every tapestry I've had has something wrong with it. Like if you look at it too long, either like we have a zodiac tapestry where like the
Yeah.
like icons for the signs are so
I think they made
weird.
one of. They just swapped one of them out, didn't they?
I
It's
don't
just
know,
not even the
and
right
like
one.
you know the mandala ones are usually like something's uneven in them or like
Oh yeah.
weird. Like they're
Well, I was
they're
thinking
just
about the
for
moon one
aesthetic
behind
purposes.
it too, with those ones.
Oh man,
The
that
like
one.
numbers and everything are off on this one, and
It's
it
so
just
bad.
gets weirder the longer you look at it. But I've never been a huge tapestry person, but Victoria has a lot of tapestries, and they're all kind of weird. Maybe it's just you. Are you sure it's not you? Like there's good tapestries out there, and you're just getting the weird ones. You're just getting the ones that are like off.
It could be. It could be. I mean, I don't know, but it seems like every tapestry just.
When you get that big, there's a lot that could go wrong.
I feel like, can we try to find our zodiac one?
Oh, online?
Yeah, to show it.
No, it would take too long, right?
I mean, just like you could try for like a second.
All right, let's look.
I literally looked up zodiac tapestry on Amazon and bought it. So, zodiac tapestry.
Images.
Look at it. It's literally right there. It's the first one.
It's this
Oh,
one?
no.
Oh, it is the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, that one's better than mine. The next one over. Yep, that's the
Oh,
one.
this is it.
That's the one.
Okay, let's try this and get it bigger.
Yeah, we gotta zoom. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, again, it looks pretty chill. And then zoom in on the fish first, the Pisces. That one's probably my favorite.
I can't. Oh, right here.
Yeah. It's like, what is happening? They're so... Oh, it's so
Oh,
bad.
no.
And then the...
Like, what is this one?
That's Sagittarius. It looks like a...
What
like
is
a,
that? That's Capricorn, and this is Sagittarius.
Yeah.
That's like that looks like some like
It's-
Italian Aztec.
I know, it's
crossover.
like V for Vendetta mask, dude. For anyone who doesn't know astrology, that's supposed to be a centaur with like a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Like, what part of that? The crab for Cancer is really good too. Like, what is that? And the like simpler one on the inside for the crab is funny too.
Yeah. Why do they have it
Like,
twice?
what is that?
Why is
I
the
don't
point of
know.
doing this twice?
I don't know. I like
They're like
again,
backwards. Why are they backwards
From-
the other way? What does that even mean?
From far away, it looks like a really awesome tapestry. And then
You can't look at it too
you
close.
can't look at it. Like, look at how cool that looks, just like from far away. That's super cool.
Oh, the thing that bothered me about this one is everyone starts at Aries for one.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you? It's the first one.
Well,
It's the first. So then you've
yeah.
got Aquarius over here starts one.
So my guess is that Capricorn in tropical astrology starts on January, like in the beginning of January.
Oh, they tried to do it as the calendar date.
Yeah.
Oh,
which-
because they did this up here too. What is this? What are
Oh.
they? What are these?
Yeah, these don't.
What is this?
These aren't accurate.
What is this? I forget why I'm so mad about this, but I get
They
mad about
change
this part.
every year.
Oh yeah, because
right?
they started Aquarius up here the same way,
Yeah.
and then go through because it starts at January 21st.
Well, and
But why wouldn't you start with Aries?
am I wrong that the dates change every year?
They might change slightly.
Like slightly, like by a day or
But
two.
the whole thing with the tropical astrology is that it's tied to the Gregorian calendar.
Right.
And so that's why sidereal astrology is different because it tries to follow more like where it is in the sky instead of just like this date means that this sign happens. I think it's better.
You converted me.
I did. I told you
And I
your
I just-
options
Yep.
and
I was
let you
like
choose.
I like more accurate stuff. Let's do it.
And I find it to be more accurate, but
So altogether, tapestries are weird.
yeah.
And
Well,
normally
we should get a different one. Maybe we could rotate them. We could get new ones.
we could.
And be like, what new
There-
one are they going to have?
There's one I really want from Earthbound. It has snakes on it. and
Do they
it's
have ones with
really
mushrooms?
cool.
I want one with a bunch of mushrooms on it.
The Amazon probably does, but you don't support
I
Amazon.
don't buy from Amazon.
Well,
Don't support them. Horrific.
I know they
I
are.
don't like them.
He worked at Amazon.
I worked at
everyone.
Amazon and fuck Amazon.
Whistleblower from Amazon speaks out. Is that going to be the title of this podcast? Guys, this is so gross.
No, it's gonna be Victoria bought the wrong tapestries.
Yeah. God, this is so gross.
Oh man, those bags in the bottom are really bothering me. We're gonna have to
I
move
know.
those. We were just too excited, guys, to get started.
Oh,
But
God, yeah, they look really bad.
we're gonna have what schedule do you think we should do? Should we do once a week, twice a week?
Probably once or
I mean,
twice would be fun. But once could be good.
maybe start
But
with one,
twice.
see how it goes.
Yeah. One,
See
and
if
then
we
if
move
yeah.
up to two, if we get the hang of it.
We do have a busy September too.
That's true.
We work the September gem show, everyone. We
Yeah.
work in gems and minerals.
If you're in Denver, come to the Denver Gem Show.
Yep.
September, like September 4th through like the 15th.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's like a whole shindig, mainly at the National Western Complex.
And we do wholesale.
Yep.
So
Wholesale
we only sell to businesses,
businesses.
but you can get retail stuff there
Yes.
if you don't have a business license or a sales tax license because they're different, I guess.
Don't even get me started.
We won't get started on that.
God.
But that's the job that we met at.
Yes. We met at that job. Crystal Wholesale.
And I gave her so much shit.
Oh my god, he bullied me so hard.
Bullied her
Oh my
so
god.
hard.
I was like,
And
he
then-
hates me for sure.
And then we would like debate about like
Yep.
current issues or like whatever.
Yep.
Whatever I was on, and we would like disagree and argue about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah, we argued quite a bit, and yeah, there was should we tell him about the password?
I was thinking about the password.
Yeah, we should tell him about the password.
Well, so I was training Victoria, and I had her logging into one of the programs we use, whatever, and she was like, "What's the password?" And so I was like, "Oh, it's BOPHA, BOPHA," and so she typed it in. She
Because
typed that in.
when you're in training, you do whatever the person training you says. You don't question it. You're just like, yeah, this is BOFA.
Yeah, so I told her BOPHA.
And I said, how do you spell that, I think?
I said BOPHA. She typed that in.
I typed it in. I was like, yeah, this is my superior training me. I'm going to type this in and listen to him.
And then she's like, yeah, what else? And I said, D's nuts.
Yeah.
And
So-
she got well, you didn't get mad. You
No,
thought it was funny.
I did think it was funny. But yeah, we weren't alone either.
Oh yeah, I made sure everyone.
Caleb was there. Yep. Yeah. Everyone thought it was real funny.
It's hilarious.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then like there was one time where for pallet shipping, basically, he was like, "Okay, what all do you need?" And so I grabbed everything. And then he was like, "And then there's one other thing that you need." And I was like, I don't know. Like literally we stood there. It was a painfully long time that we stood there and you just wouldn't tell me what I had forgot to grab.
No.
And then you were like, I was like, "What?" And you were like, "The phone." I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
Like it.
Well, if you let people try to do memory recall instead of just giving them the answers, it makes them think about what they have to do and what they need. And so it helps people remember better if you like actually let people remember instead of being like, you didn't get this, you need this. It's like, let people think and learn how to like make the pathway in their brain instead of just telling them everything.
I never forgot the phone since.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Yeah.
My nose is like so unpleasant.
Yeah. You it sounds kind of cute, but it's like,
It's gross. I have to blow my
definitely
nose and people
gross.
can hear it.
Yeah, just the stuffy nose thing. I
Like
don't know.
should we like not like
if you want, what do you want to just do this as a little test and then we can do a real one tomorrow or something?
Well, yeah, it's like making me anxious
Okay.
that I can't talk normally and then I keep having to blow my nose.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I
So-
mean, I think
I feel a little awkward too with the camera on. Like it's good to kind of get used to it.
if you want to, that's fine. I
What
think,
do you think?
well, I just think that if we try to like make stuff perfect,
I know.
it's
Yeah.
like these are fun moments.
I totally agree.
We got to show that we're human.
I mean, maybe we
can't just
keep
be
it then.
We can't just be polished, perfect.
I
It's not how
know.
life works.
But we also don't have to be disgusting
Oh.
with my nose.
Email us at stucktogetherpod@gmail.com if you think Victoria blowing her nose is disgusting.
I mean, we can keep going. If maybe we just keep going, and then if we find out that me blowing my nose is like really gross and we can't keep it, then we just don't keep it. But
We can listen to it.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
We can
I'm
figure it out.
down to keep going.
We can keep
but-
going.
I gotta figure out what to do.
Well, I think we could pick another topic to talk about, and I'm gonna go ahead and look it up because
Oh shit! Yeah, baby. Oh my god, you.
these little guys. Look at this little Mudskipper.
I wanted to talk about Mudskippers, everyone.
He's a little guy.
Now, I have fun facts about Mudskippers. In a minute.
Oh no!
What's
are we
up,
gonna put
everyone? It's
ads?
Kayla.
Are we getting ads?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Don't give him
God.
free ad space. Are you kidding me?
Get out of here.
Okay, so Mudskippers. Listen, everyone. They are the cutest little guys. So, if you want to just like pull up some pictures of them. I saw a TikTok about mudskippers like a week ago now, and I haven't stopped thinking about it. Okay, guys, these little dudes.
His little feet.
Oh my god.
His little fins.
So they have like, oh my god, they're so cute. They're so weird and they're so cute. So they have like their
real one?
big fins.
San Francisco Zoo and Gardens. That's like a statue.
It's a statue.
Is this? There's not. Where's the real ones?
That one.
This one real?
Oh my god, underwater, so cute.
Is he real?
The blue mudskipper. Oh yeah, he's
guy.
real. So they have their like main fins on the sides, and then they have two, like they have a what? Oh, unofficial mobs. I was like, mudskippers are in Minecraft now?
Mudskippers in Minecraft. Oh, look at these guys.
So,
look at these dudes.
So they have their two side fins and then two shorter fins like on their chest. On their chest. I'm ignoring this. No. And that's how they move. And so, oh my god, they're so cute. So as you can see, one of them is like flying out of a hole right there, and that's because they live in holes where they're like half, so they can be on land and in water at the same time. And so basically
look like what is happening here?
he's there. Whoa, what?
Getty Images for the win over here.
So yeah, I wish
if only it was a little bigger.
Oh god. So I'm like trying so hard to explain this. So basically, they have a little hole that they live in, I think. And every day the tide comes in twice, and so they have to basically like dig out their hole again. Their little like den. And so I saw this video of these mudskippers just coming out of their little hole and then like spitting out all this mud. And it was so goofy and silly. And then why do they do that?
Why is it always 3 of them?
Yeah, what? Wait a minute. Why? What's happening here?
Are they singing to each other? Are they eating each other?
I don't know. Oh, they do. I believe they alert each other about possible predators and stuff.
Weird.
But maybe that's bullshit. I have no idea. Maybe I'm mixing it up with another animal. And so they do that because, and I was like, well, why can't they just dig a new hole every time? And it's because in that hole, basically, so they dig in the hole, go all the way down, and then there's a little air pocket. Okay? And in that air pocket that's underground is all their eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was telling you about this.
Yeah, I think you told me about the egg part.
Yeah, and so basically their eggs are not in water, like frog eggs and stuff are. They're on, oh, there they are, their little legs, their extra little fins.
Look at this dude.
They like, it's crazy. They use them to push themselves.
Yo, get out of here.
But yeah, so basically they keep their eggs above water because the oxygen content's higher, but the oxygen can't flow in that little bubble of air that they're in like essentially a cave where the little eggs are. And so what the little daddy mudskipper does is he goes out into the world, breathes in, holds it, goes all the way down in the water to the little air pocket where his eggs are, and exhales the oxygen, and does that all day, back and forth, to keep his little babies alive.
That's a job.
Yeah.
That's a job.
Not to mention he has to dig out the hole twice a day because the tide going in and out.
Feels like they're working so
Dads
hard.
do better, you know? Like, mudskippers are over here working their asses off. And I know, I was told it was the males that do it. I don't know where the females are. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe we should look that up.
Well,
I wanted to talk about mudskippers so bad. This is amazing. I'm so happy.
let's look at all results.
Okay, let's see.
Behavior.
Behavior. Oh, and then
Breathing
also
through their skin in the lining of their
Whoa.
mouth. So they have to be wet to do it. So they have to live in wet places.
Yeah. There we go. Oh.
Blinking? They can blink.
Oh. So sorry, guys.
So dramatic.
Uh,
Oh, they're gobies. The species. Let's look at their
Gobies.
species. What is this? Oh, I don't know. What am I looking at?
I don't know.
Goboliformis? Gobiformis?
We should
That's the gobies?
the gobies.
Gobiforme?
Gobies. I want to find the TikTok. Maybe look up Mudskipper TikTok and we can just watch it real
We
quick.
can try and find it.
Because it's like viral. It's really viral. People are gonna know what I'm talking about. It's the 2-minute and 43-second one. We can fast forward if you want through it. Oh my god, look at that little guy.
Do we have to log in? Yo. Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not log in.
Okay. So. Oh
Okay.
my god.
Stop it.
TikTok.
Stop it.
Just okay, so he's going in his little hole. And then he's and then
They must also
Look at
take
them.
care not to
See, they-
dry out
they
in the sun.
don't want to dry out in the sun, so they roll in the mud.
Oh, he's rolling
to
around.
keep literally, are you
Keeps the skin
kidding me?
cool and moist.
Like, look at how cute they are. Some people are going to be watching this and being like
For
repulsed
this
by these
smaller
things.
species,
But look at their little
better
front,
option
Yeah, they
is
got
to
an extra
treat
pair of legs or
and their
whatever.
eyes are crazy. But like, they're so small.
Wow.
And then
digs
yeah,
himself a
so
tunnel down
digs
So they
himself
dig
a
in to
tunnel.
the tunnel.
And then they come out. Look at him go. And then, yeah, they just spit the mud out. So tiring.
Whoa. And he goes back in.
Then he goes back in and does it
His heap
over
of
and
spoil
over and
is
over
an
again.
indication of the extent of his excavations.
Whoa. Oh,
Every day.
man.
Every day.
They're digging and walking and
Yeah.
working.
And then we can just get to the little baby part.
Should we
With the
fast forward?
tide flooding the tunnel,
So, yeah, okay. So, in.
Right here?
No. Go back a little bit.
and at the far
Yeah, here we
end
go. Okay,
is a
so
sealed
in
chamber,
His little
the walls of
chamber.
which are lined
There's a little
with
air
Oh,
pocket
wow.
with the eggs.
That's such a defined chamber.
I know.
are kept in air.
It's like
as
really-
richer in oxygen than
All the
water.
mud on top made it seem like everything's just slippery and muddy and that,
Yeah.
that wouldn't work.
Yep, so
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
the
So it's water,
Yeah, the air trap won't
and then he
last long.
makes an air trap.
Yep.
Fresh air.
So he's breathing.
Back he
Oh,
goes down the
man.
Breathing
tunnel,
oxygen,
where he
swimming
releases
underwater.
I gotta
water
say,
into the egg
seeing it
chamber.
is a lot more dynamic than hearing about it.
Yeah, it was
Oxygen
tough to
on
explain.
which the
That's why I
eggs
wanted to
depend.
pull it up. Because it's a lot of work. How crazy.
He will
is
repeat
that?
this hundreds and hundreds
Wow.
of times.
I know.
until
Repeat this
his young
hundreds
hatch.
of times until his young hatch.
So how much of the year is this guy doing this? That's what I want to know. Like, how often
This
does this
lifestyle's
guy
very
like
demanding.
Has found a way
have to
around
like
every
breathe
problem.
air into his eggs underwater?
I
I get why they have to do it. I mean, the eggs are
Yeah.
probably super tasty, and so like people are
I
gonna want to
mean-
eat them. So he's got to protect them.
Yeah, so
But if you're doing that like what, a month out of the year, are
Maybe-
you doing that 6 months out of the year as a mud skipper? What does it take to be a mud skipper?
I mean, more than we could handle.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Once the female has made her choice, she will then proceed to follow the male into the burrow where she will lay hundreds of eggs and allow them to be fertilized. Oh, the period of cohabitation between the male and female is rather short. Oh, yeah, the
The
female will leave.
leaves.
Oh, jealous.
Okay, all right. So, who here is a mud skipper at heart?
I'm projecting by telling you about mud skippers.
No, I'm just saying it's like relationships today between humans, like people already don't want to like commit or do anything, and like
I mean, yeah.
Maybe the Mudskipper life is for them.
You just that becomes an insult. Mudskipper.
You're such a
You're mud
mudskipper.
skipping. Stop mud skipping.
He
Like if you
mud skipped so many women.
yeah, like
No, but-
basically what are they even
Well,
called?
but in this
Normally.
situation, wouldn't she be mud skipping him? Because she leaves,
Well,
right?
yeah.
So she's ditching.
So we
That'd be
so we need to find the female equivalent of basically like not committing
yeah,
is mud skipping.
yeah.
We need to
That's mudskipping.
find a species where the male dips like immediately and
Oh,
is like
man.
take care of them on your own, honey.
All I can
Most
think
of
of
them
is
no.
it's crazy.
Mud skippers are feminists. Go girls, you know.
It's crazy that they do it and then they're gone.
I know that is really
They're
weird.
just
Normally
like,
the
I
female
mean, I
stays.
know every species is different. I think, okay, thinking of cool dads though, I think aren't seahorses.
Seahorses, yes.
Seahorses,
They can
the
actually
dads.
change their gender, can't they?
Can they change it?
I believe they can. There are quite a few
Aren't there like
animals that
aren't
can.
snails like asexual
Oh,
too,
God,
or
I don't
something
even
like that?
know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that's called. I don't think it's asexual.
They can just
Reproduction.
reproduce by themselves. Courtship, phases of courtship. Whoa, they got to do a whole courtship.
Oh my god.
Oh man, this is long. Holy, they got 4 phases. Yo, if you're a seahorse and you're trying to get laid, you got to go through the work.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Okay, I think scorpions might be the antithesis to Scorpions the band. Oh no, the German rock band.
Oh no.
Scorpions the animal. Oh wait,
That one. No.
where?
It's right there.
No, it's not.
The picture up there.
This
yep.
one?
Bing.
Animal.
Yep.
Okay. Scorpion.
Well,
I think the female. Look at all these family trees. Look at this.
wow. Oh my god, they're so
So many
cute.
fun animals. Okay. Wow. A
Oh
lot
my
of
god.
scorpion. Scorpions are sick.
They're so cool.
Mating.
Mating.
They make a dance.
Oh yeah, the promenade.
It's because that's all my scorpions out there dancing. So they grasp each other's mouth parts.
Want to grasp mouth parts?
They elevate their posteriors. Oh, this is getting crazy. Okay,
Before the young are born.
they separate.
Oh yeah, and I've heard basically there's that guy on TikTok.
Oh, check this out. So I think the female takes them. And then, so the female takes care of them and they separate. But so after they've mated, it says something forms so she can't mate again until the young are born.
Oh wow.
So it's like that has to happen and finish before like anything else can happen again.
Interesting. Well, and I know that basically I've heard there's that like reptile and insect guy on TikTok that I love watching. I want to figure out what his name is because he's so like educational. Basically, one of his scorpions had babies and
Yeah.
had them all on her back, and it was really cute. But basically, he had to try his best to keep her calm and relaxed because if she got stressed, she would eat them.
Should stress eat her little babies?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's that she gets stressed and then just is like, I'm eating them, I can't take care of them, or if she feels like there's some sort of like threat in the environment where they won't survive. Like I don't know why they do that, but they can if they get too stressed, which is crazy. Yeah.
So probably a lot of moms out there like that. Just get real stressed in there.
Just want to eat.
Kids start looking real good.
But yeah, so girl equivalent of, you know, leaving men high and dry is mudskipping.
Yep.
Or maybe, well, yeah, because I was going to say maybe that could just be the term for women in general. So whoever you're with, if you're just like, bye, I'm out of here, you're mudskipping.
Yeah.
And if you're a guy doing that,
I think it should be, especially if you leave someone with some type of responsibility.
true, yeah,
Because
like a child or
we just watched the male, like, he spends every second of every day, like, breathing air
maybe
into
it
their
should just be like kids or pets or whatever.
Pets,
like if you leave some, or like you know, you left them with the apartment that you split rent on, or like whatever,
they gotta pay
like
all the rent now.
like some sort of, you left
That's
them with a
mudskipping.
burden.
Yeah,
you mud skipped. And then like with, I mean that just is a good one.
Yeah,
Mud skipping. You're just mud skipping, you know?
you're mud skipping.
Don't be a mud skipper. My God, my nose is just so awful.
Well, you know, I think mud skipping made the podcast worth it. So
I think so too. I really wanted to talk about mud skippers. I'll need to keep a list of all the stuff that I think of that I want to talk about eventually, and just whenever it comes up. Because if I don't write it down somewhere, I'm gonna forget about a lot of.
We'll get
different
notes
things.
going, you know.
Yeah.
We'll get notes going. We'll get everything together.
Yep.
Because that's gonna be a thing. Is like, because like we said, it's coming up on midnight right now.
Yeah.
For us recording.
Yep.
So I can feel my brain starting to be like, we're gonna like shut down soon.
Yeah.
Like the time is like rolling around. So like early in the day, I'm sure I had like more thoughts of like,
Oh yeah, our first podcast today was great. We didn't struggle at all to talk about stuff. But yeah, I'm tired too. Plus, we haven't eaten since like 3 or 4.
that's true.
Like I'm hungry.
We need fuel.
I have
AG1 sponsor.
Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
No, apparently they're bad.
One of the new offshoots of that service that
Yeah.
I like joking about the sponsors.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
that's
who knows?
good.
Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah.
Your mom could listen to this and then we get bored and something happens and we never do another podcast.
Hey, you know.
Or we could be like 400 podcasts down the line. It's like
I think
crazy.
I mean, honestly, I am down to podcast whether or not this gets popular. It's so fun.
That it's like something that we could do that's just fun. That
Yeah. It's good to sit down
know.
and have undivided time for each other to just talk, and
yeah.
we talk about so much weird stuff anyways. Like it doesn't feel artificial for us to just like go on these tangents, you
Well,
know?
that's why we started, because this is what
Yeah,
we do.
we
We
were
just
like-
talk about stuff.
Yeah, we were like, we should have recorded that. That was like that was a perfect podcast, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, all I can think about, I have a leftover meatball sub in the fridge.
That's what you're thinking about right now?
Yeah, I got
I think
Taste
I-
of Philly.
Oh,
work.
I saw that in the wrapper. I didn't ask about it, but I saw
Yeah,
it.
because I wanted their fries.
Yep.
Oh my God, if you have a Taste of Philly around you, the fries. Maybe my thing on the podcast should be my food recommendations. I
Which
eat
is all
so
fries,
much
by the
food.
way. It's all fries.
Maybe it should just be the fries of the week. This week is Taste of Philly's fries. They are bomb. You can order like a pound at a time for like $4.
Oh, wow.
I didn't get a pound. That's too many fries, but the option stands. But I DoorDashed because I was at work, and so I had to get the $10 minimum, and so I was like, we'll get a meatball sub.
Yeah.
And I have half of it left, and it sounds so good right now.
That does sound good. I'm still not super hungry, but I could eat.
Yeah.
I don't have any leftovers, though. I ate my Chili's leftovers already.
Yeah, me too.
Those were good.
I keep having to sneeze.
Oh, no. It's gonna get to the point where, like, if you had taken a Zyrtec or a Claritin, it would have kicked in by now. But I don't blame you. That was so much dust everywhere, and pet
Literally so
hair,
much hair. It was disgusting.
dander, craziness.
It's crazy. I know all you pet owners will understand it. Just honestly, people in general, because we accumulate dust too.
Yeah,
When you clean, you're like, I've lived like this for who knows how
it's
long.
ridiculous.
Like, you know, because you dust and clean everything that you can see, but like under your couches, like behind your bookshelves, on your bookshelves, whatever, is just so much dust and hair and everything, and you're just like, how can I even breathe? How can I survive in these conditions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. I was slouching again. I need like a slouch button where you're like, stop slouching.
Stop slouching.
Yeah, I need a stop. I'm a chronic sloucher.
I'm trying to help her.
I'm always slouching.
For her own sake.
For my sake. I mean, you're going to have to deal with me when I'm old and hunched like this.
Yeah, you're going to do it later. Don't do it now.
Yeah, you're going to be like, oh, God. I remember when she was normal height and had a normal spine.
We're the same height, technically.
We are.
Although I have a longer torso.
You're a little taller, just like a smidge.
You think?
And yeah, you do have I have a short torso. I have really long legs.
Yeah.
And a
So I
short
do
torso.
sit taller than you.
You do actually. Wait, yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, but our chairs might not be the same height either.
That too.
But all things considered. Well, in the car, I'm a little taller.
You are. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're just a smidge, maybe like an inch taller than me.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. But that means we share clothes. We don't have to move the car too much, like the seat in the car or the mirrors, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. I love it.
I do notice it's off. It's enough to be off because we just do it differently.
Yeah, the seat, yeah. I think we
But
just
it's not
drive
like,
different.
It's not like, oh man, like what tall person was driving this?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that we're the same height.
Was Shaquille O'Neal in my vehicle? Like what happened?
Everyone's like, I want these like tall men.
Do you ever
granted,
get it?
I'm tall. I'm almost 5'9".
For like average women
Yeah.
height.
What
yeah.
were you gonna say?
No, just like if you get the car from the mechanic or from wherever, and it's like the seat's like super jacked up.
Yeah.
Like it's like who was driving this?
Yeah.
Like what real person was in my car and like adjusted everything.
Well, it's
to
kind of
this.
like my mom and I are the same height, but I noticed that she has the car seat way further back than I do. I'm like, we're the same height and like generally the same size. Like, and my dad too, they both like to extend their leg as far as they can, and I don't like doing that.
What makes you comfortable?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn. Yeah. You know.
But yeah, you're talking about women wanting
You
tall
know,
men.
I mean, like, it's not a bad thing, whatever your preference is, but I really like that we're, like, basically the same height. I feel like it makes cuddling easier, like, everything easier, you know? I really like our hugs, because they feel like, I mean, I'm not, like, reaching up or anything too much. Like, it's very natural, you know? And I don't even notice it most of the time. People make such a big deal out of other people's height, and like I don't even think about it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's the thing is like I don't even know. There's I see so many like clips on social media of all these women being like, well, if he's not 6 feet, and that's like the joke, right? And that's like the whatever, and they're like, you know, it's like, well, if he's 6 feet, that's a plus. And like what they mean, like you can tell is like, I'm not dating anyone that's like not 6 feet.
well, and they're always like 5'2" or like shorter. I'm like, girl, as someone who is 5'9", like a lot of men are shorter than me. Like a lot of men are shorter than me. And I remember like one of my friends, she was like, I think like 4'10" or something, and she wanted like a tall guy over 6 feet. I'm like, save them for us. Like I'm okay with like we're the same height, and that's fine. She was tiny.
That's crazy.
I love her. Miss her. But you know, like we're the same height, but if someone was a lot shorter than me, I'd have a problem. Like, and not necessarily like oh, you're less attractive to me, but like I don't know. I just like it's either way. Like way too tall or way too short. Like just the height disparity is tough. I'm not a huge fan. And so basically it was just like she was like, I want some like a tall guy, and I'm like, there are tall girls in the world. Like you could date all the guys that are.
Have you ever heard the tall girls? They'd be like 6'2", and they're like, I need somebody taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you just cut out like half of
literally like everyone
the dating pool.
Yeah. Well, because like
you need a 6'6" guy that's like
it's tough. I mean, man, I know, and height is such a big thing, and I don't know.
I think that's like the dumbest part is that well, like when you need to like get along with people, the height isn't gonna matter.
Yeah, well, and I just realized that I said like if someone was a lot shorter than me, I couldn't do it, but like I don't even know if that's true.
How much are we talking?
Yeah, like I don't think.
And are you thinking through it? What are you thinking?
Well, now that I thought about it, I'm like, if I liked them, I don't think it would
What's
really
the cutoff?
matter.
If he was 3'5", too short.
Then he'd- yeah,
4'5".
that's pretty short. That's like
Pretty short. What does pretty short mean? What are you trying to say right
like
now?
that they're a normal height person.
You mean average?
Average. We all know who I'm talking about, okay? uh,
What's too
No.
tall? 7 feet? 10 foot? 8.5.
I'm being roasted right now. Do you care about
Just
height?
asking.
No, I think that too tall is like 6, like 4.
Too tall, 6'4". Man,
Yeah. Like,
how many
I
people
think-
are 6'4".
I think-
I mean, 6'4" is pretty big. Like if you're standing next to him.
yeah, most of the people I've dated have been pretty tall.
Mhm.
And I'd say that like 6'2" or 3, I think was like a little too tall. I'm not a fan. And it's okay. Again, it's
Yeah.
like who you like. It's not like that deterred me or anything. Or like
Yeah.
if someone was short, it would deter me. Like that's not going to be like, I guess I should say that that's not going to be like a deal breaker for me.
Right.
Like
Whereas like
I'll
some
look
people are
past
like,
it.
that's part of the requirement to talk to me.
right.
If you don't fit the height criteria, you didn't pass step 1.
Yeah. Well, and like I know some people are like, he can't be younger than me. She can't be older than me.
Oh, come on.
You know, that kind of stuff. Like,
By what's the cutoff? Let's do the cutoff.
man. Well, yeah, I don't.
If you're 18 and he's 56,
Yeah.
is
Don't
that
do
too
that.
old?
Well,
Don't do that.
don't do that. Like, oh my God. Yeah, no. I mean, some people just have their things that they like can't move past, and that's fine. You know, I think everyone gets upset about like people discriminating against height, and it's like, it's just another preference. Like,
I think it's dumb.
if
I think
you
it's
don't
just
like short people, that's cool. You know,
I don't know, because sometimes
plenty of people do.
I feel like there's like people, like there's a lot of attractive people, and there's a lot of people who are attractive for a lot of different reasons, and you know, getting to know a person, the thing that I don't like is when everything's just so surface level that, you know, like you see people, they're always in this like catch-22 reality where it's like they like are obsessed with everything on the surface level, and then they're confused why none of their relationships work.
Yeah.
Because they can't, like everything like doesn't work because nothing, like it doesn't click, and it's like that stuff's like important, you know. I mean, it's you can't just like disregard, you know, hygiene and taking care of yourself and trying to look nice and like, you know,
Yeah.
doing those types of things, because those are important.
Those
but,
are like arbitrarily attractive, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, not arbitrarily, like
well, there's like the difference between not being put together
yeah. It's like it
and like
most people
focusing too much on what's on the outside.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
when you get to know someone and like know what they're really like, that's like the most important thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that I know that appearance is the first thing that we all see, you know, and it's hard not to like form an opinion based on that
Oh, yeah.
at first. But
when I-
you can look past it and like you can be like, well, regardless of how I might feel about them in this first interaction, like I think you know, like people make jokes about how like women are usually with guys who are like not as attractive as they are or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And not all girls or anything,
Well, that's
but
because men aren't as attractive as women.
yeah. Yeah.
What do you want?
Like 90% of women are like more attractive than the top like 10% of men, I'd
Yeah.
say. They're
Or,
like
like,
women are beautiful.
Like
Just-
straight edge stick figures.
just-
And women are like, look at me.
No, but so what I like mainly that, you know, like you can, I think what's tough is if you've never like fallen in love with someone's personality, regardless of what they look like, or them being super attractive is like a bonus or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, like you're not gonna know that looks aren't really that important, you
That's
know.
true.
Like, and you find
Some people aren't ready for that.
you develop attraction to people over time.
Oh yeah.
Like you develop it, even if you might not automatically be like, oh my god, they like make me like, oh, you know, whatever. Like that's why I've never really. I've been fortunate that most of my relationships have been with like close friends of mine, where I
Yeah.
was friends with them for at least 6 months to a year before dating them. And that's whereas like I probably didn't think about them romantically until like later, kind of like you know.
Yeah.
We knew each other for like 6 months before we started dating, and it was like we didn't like immediately click. Obviously we had some
Yeah.
issues and, you know, some disagreements and everything, but yeah, like people become more attractive over time, and like not saying that they aren't attractive when you first meet them, but that like familiarity is attractive, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing, is like the more you're around someone, the more you like find things about them that are attractive. And maybe that's the emotional part, like you were saying, maybe whatever it could be. But yeah, if you haven't had that experience yet, it's like tough to not focus on the superficial stuff.
Yeah.
I know a couple of my girlfriends where they've never been in like a committed, like serious long-term relationship, where like you do like kind of learn people aren't perfect, you know. You're always told that, but I don't think you really know until you're like with someone long term, of like, oh yeah, nobody's perfect, and like you choose to love them anyways, you know.
Yeah.
And like that's what makes it more genuine anyways, is like you don't want to love a perfect person, because like
Well, there's
there's no perfect person, but if there was,
well, I
like,
think the thing
you
is
know?
we get perfect. We have these sort of perfect images in our head.
yeah,
And that's what we're like, why aren't you subscribing to this ideology that I already
Yeah,
had built
you-
that I'm. And I think that's part of the thing with the height thing too, is people build what they think they want. And so they are like, I need this. But you're not, when you do that, you're not actually like interacting with people and seeing like, who is this person? I'm trying to find out who this person is and enjoy them and accept their flaws and get to know them, when you're like trying to make them tick boxes that you have,
yeah,
and no one's ever going to live up to all your boxes.
no, and you just shouldn't have boxes unless they're like, I mean, you know, the obvious stuff, like, does he respect me? Did he not
well,
be
I mean-
weird on our first date? You know, like those aren't even boxes. Those are just like, duh.
Yeah.
But like superficial boxes of like, I want him to have blue eyes and blonde hair and be tan and tall and like whatever. And I think as a taller woman, like I've struggled with that myself. I'm like shocked I didn't mention that when we first started talking about height. Like I've had men tell me I'm too tall for them.
Oh man.
And it's made me very
yeah, because
insecure.
men do it too.
Like when I met you, and kind of started like having feelings for you, I was nervous that I was too tall for you, like because we were the same height, because a lot of
man.
men want shorter women too. There's something about, like, I think women just assume a lot, and God, that's so general. Just know I mean like some women, a lot of women think that the taller the man, the more masculine he is. And then
Right.
vice versa, the shorter the woman, the more feminine she is. Like, it's almost like I was a threat to their masculinity, you know, like being taller or being as tall as them.
Yeah.
And some of them, they were taller than me, but I just wasn't short enough, you know? And that made me, like, I've struggled with feeling feminine my whole life because I'm not short. Like, there's this whole thing, like, it's, the taller you are as a woman, the less you're seen as, like, oh, like, feminine, petite, blah, blah, blah. You know? And I know that, like, you know, we're both kind of at that average height. And so I know that most men feel the opposite that I do, that, yeah, they're not, like, masculine enough if they're not tall enough, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you think any of it's biological? You think any of it is
Oh, I'm
like
sure.
our bodies are like, you know, because there's like pheromones. You'll be like subconsciously attracted to somebody because like the way they smell, right? Because we've got all these pheromones going around that we couldn't like pick out and distinguish necessarily.
Yeah.
I don't think so, but like that's part of it. So do you think there's like a percentage of that that's just like hardwired?
I'm sure. I mean, I think that inherently,
Should we look it up? We have the internet.
we could, yeah. I mean, again, I don't want to make assumptions for every human ever because it's just not the case. But, you know, I know that there are certain things that are considered more feminine and more masculine. I did kind of think about influence our choice of mate by height.
So it's in your genes?
Oh, that have similar height to ours. We tend to go towards people who are a similar height.
We just proved this study correct.
So, yeah, well, we definitely did because I think because I could look you in the eye and I wasn't necessarily looking up or down, there was something about that in my brain that did something. I noticed.
Interesting. Reddit had something to say about it, but I think somebody was just going off on that.
I think being attracted to tall men as a woman and being attracted to short women as a man, like, honestly, I kind of think it's, like, conditioned into us. Like, I don't think
I think there's a lot that's social.
I think so, because
That's
it's, like, it's so, I mean, yeah, it's, I mean, what?
Well, think about this, too. We have the society right now where you're like encouraged to like pick everything. We can customize our Google Chrome browser. We can customize the lights on my computer. We can customize like all of these different things, and we can make all these tiny little choices. There's like, you know, Coca-Cola Freestyle, choose your own adventure soda. Like everything is like built to be like tweaked and tried to make it for you. And I think like, you know, society's just too soft. That's what it is we're like, I want it just the way I want it, Burger King style, you know, like give it to me exactly how I want it, and if I don't get it exactly how I want it, you know, and that's like not what life is.
Well, and anymore, like, you know, with the internet and us all being able to communicate with literally anyone on the planet, like
that too,
it makes
you're
you
looking
realize
for your soulmate forever, because you're like, well, there got to be out there
7 billion people.
It's not the person that's like right here right now.
Well, yeah, like you in your little hometown of Kansas, and that's all that there is. Like, yeah, your pool of options is a lot smaller,
right?
But it also gave you the opportunity to be like, you know, I don't even think people. I don't know, because obviously I wasn't there, but my guess is people didn't have as high of standards for like appearance and stuff, because if you grow up in this town and like your parents met in that town and then you meet your spouse in that town, like I think it does kind of open up more opportunities to get to know someone before you actually pursue like commitment with them.
Yeah.
You know, but whereas now it's like, well, if it doesn't work out here, hypothetically, there's so many other guys out there.
Right.
And guys who
you can have
are
parasocial
more my
relationships.
type, you know, like that's the
Right.
scary thing is like,
But
you
then
know,
do you move? Do you get in a long distance relationship? Do you like?
I don't think it's actually about like, oh, I could find another guy, but he's however many miles away and I would have to move.
Yeah.
It's just the mentality of like, there are so many people in the world that this connection like is replaceable.
Right.
You know, I think that's like a big thing.
Well, I think it could even just be like FOMO, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, like
just
what
like,
am I missing out on?
There's somebody else out there that's going to be the best thing, and
Which
it's
is
not right here,
bullshit.
right now, and I'm not going to compromise. I'm just going to like hold out for the perfect gold nugget to fall in my lap.
It's like when you're in a bad relationship that you're having a hard time getting out of, it is super healthy and really helpful to tell yourself, like, there are so many other people out there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to put up with this. But when you're with someone where you're just having little scuffles or like you're having to compromise and you're like, but there's so many other people out there, it's like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Every single person in the world has problems that you aren't going to like.
Yeah.
And
that's how it goes.
love is being okay with that and loving them more because like I feel like some of the shit I do is so annoying, and you like laugh at it. Like you think it's like, and I'm sure when we first started dating, you were like, what is wrong with her? Like, what is she doing? You know, like, especially I get really hormonal around my periods, around my periods, and I get very angry and very like just hormonal. I do. And I think at the beginning it was a little bit more off-putting to you. Not a lot.
Well,
but now you think it's like cute and you like giggle at it. Whereas like when you get angry, I laugh too. Yeah.
We've like gotten used to like the timing of it.
Yeah.
And I noticed that a lot of it was around your cycle, because I was like, this girl melts the fuck down
every month.
And how, like, what's going on? Can I handle the amount of melting down that's happening? Do I want to? And it was like, it started feeling like I felt like we just had this. It would go long enough, and then I'd be like, wait a second, I thought we just got over this, like whatever. And then I started that's when I started realizing we started like keeping track.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, you're normal and you don't have meltdowns all the time. You're not irrational. You're just, and so I was like, yeah, I can deal with this.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I know even for me, when I start getting really moody, I'm like, I was just here. But then I look at my app and I'm like, oh, it has been a month. Like,
yeah, flies by.
Yeah. Well, and
which is good, you know?
Yeah, it is good, you know? And I mean, overall, like, all of that to say that you were like, can I deal with this? And then over time, it wasn't just like, oh, like, here we go again. Like, we can get through it. It's like, you like laugh at certain things I do, or you think it's like charming or like cute, you know? Like if you're with the right person, that starts happening, where it's like those things that were, I guess, like flaws when you first started dating, you're like, oh
yeah,
like you have your moods, you know? Like you get either really like, I don't want to say like sulky, but
sure, yeah.
you sulk, you know? You get in your head, and you know, all of that. And sometimes it's about just like video games or whatever, but other times it's like, you know, real life stuff.
Yeah.
But you being so like in your moodiness, like it used to worry me, and I used to think it was about me, and like I used to be like, oh my god, how can I like fix this or handle it or whatever? And now I'm just like, oh, little moody boy,
getting over it,
you know? Just like it, the things that were flaws become charming. It's pretty remarkable. It makes love worth it for sure.
When it's healthy.
You
gotta find the middle line.
Yes.
We've
both been
it's gotta be healthy
through quite a few not healthy relationships. So now that we're here, I feel like we're like, oh yeah, like this is what people talk about, you know?
Oh yeah.
This is where like I used to like look at old couples and be like, how?
Yeah.
Like how
my grandparents
do you do
just
this?
had their 60th.
Yep. That is crazy.
Yep.
Wow. Amazing.
Just did their 60th.
My parents just hit their 25th. It's crazy. But yeah, you know.
Congrats to all the couples
Congrats
out there
to the couples.
with longevity.
Woo-woo. But yeah, you know, you always wonder like, how do they do it? And then you like meet your person and you're like, oh, I see how they did it.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of marriages don't last because it's shocking. Like a lot of people aren't right for you either that you think are right for you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. There's every combination out there, you know. You can't just like say one thing about it and have it always be right.
Yeah. Is relationships, I think, are we going to talk about relationships a lot?
No.
Oh.
We gotta talk about cool guy stuff sometimes too, okay? I'm not gonna be on this podcast
cool
every
guy
week.
Stuff. Like what?
We just turned into this female-dominated podcast where we just talk about relationships all the time.
That's not female-dominated.
Okay, guys don't just sit around talking about relationships all the time.
Guys should.
But we don't.
Guys should.
We talk about like Apex and gaming and
we don't talk about relationships all the time.
And manly stuff that's hard to do, like building things.
Manly. You heard it here first. Building stuff is manly, everyone.
Manly shit.
No. We don't talk about relationships all the time either.
No, we got on the tangent because of the Mudskippers.
No, I'm saying us females don't.
Oh no,
Like we
I
talk
know,
about
I know.
plenty of other stuff.
I just know that there's like the classic trope of like the girls are like, oh, they're talking about us.
We
like,
do talk about
they're talking
relationships
about the
more.
boys,
I
like
think.
they're doing, and the guys are over there, and they're like, you want to go fishing and like
Yeah.
not speak for 3 hours, like and just vibe.
Yeah. Yep. I know. Yeah. We do tend to talk about like the more emotional stuff more.
Yeah.
But men should.
Well, and because women are more interested in people, and
Yeah.
men are more interested in things, generally, and more,
Generally,
not
yeah.
totally,
Yeah.
but more
Right.
generally. So
Yeah. More.
You know,
It's the more logical
I'm interested
brain.
in people.
You know.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. But you're
But-
not as. Yeah. I think.
men are interested in people, just not the way that women are.
Like we're
and
interested in
not
things.
quite as social.
Yeah.
Generally,
We're very social. I think I'm not social, and then I can't help myself.
yeah, you'll be talking.
I'm like, oh, I need a break, and then I get into it, and I'm like,
You
oh
need
my
a-
god.
All you need is a push into it, because
I do.
you're like, what am I gonna do at this party?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to? And I'm like, we just need to go, and you're gonna like it.
Yeah. Then I'm
And then when I get there, you don't want to leave. You're like talking to everybody. You're having a blast.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
But speaking of leaving parties, I think we're
Yeah,
coming up
we're.
towards the end of
Sheesh.
this podcast.
Yeah.
What are we at? 75 minutes?
Yep.
Sheesh.
Hour and 15.
Well,
Wow.
what are we going to call this one? What should we call this one? Are you a mud skipper? Have you been mud skipped before?
Yeah, Mudskipper. Like, yeah, are you a Mudskipper?
It's like, it's only partially funny because like if that actually happens, it's like fucked up.
yeah, it's like
It's
bad.
like actually
like
fucked
you,
up. It's like
it should
somebody
be an
left
insult.
and you have
Yeah.
all this responsibility
Like not
to do
cool
still.
to do.
It's
Yeah.
like, yo,
Yeah, it's like no, we're not punching down on people by calling people
No.
who leave people with responsibilities mudskippers at all. That's true. That's a great. Yep, I like that.
he's
Yeah,
a fucking mud skipper.
It could just be called "Are you a mudskipper?" Or yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about the tapestries too. That was maybe not in the title.
we
Just
need a good tapestry.
yeah, we
We
do.
need to clean up just a little bit.
We'll
too.
figure it out. Yeah, there's a lot
all
of
those
stuff.
bags down
But-
there.
It's all good.
Well, but if you've enjoyed the podcast, we would love to hear your feedback. We would love to hear from you.
And subscribe.
And feel free to subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Smash that. Yeah.
Just straight up murder that like button, dude. Sorry,
And the podcast is going to be available as many places as we can put it. So
Yes.
it should be pretty available.
Yeah.
And if you want to contact us or give us topic ideas, complain to us, yell at us, whatever you'd like,
Yep.
stucktogetherpod@gmail.com.
Yes. Or you can DM us on Instagram or whatever.
We'll have an Instagram
Yeah.
@stucktogetherpod.
Stuck Together Pod everywhere. Everywhere you can find
So-
us.
Yeah, anything else?
No, I think that's it. I'm gonna go blow my nose a bunch and hope that the audio on this is okay with my stuffy nose and nose blowing so that we can post it.
I
Yay.
like it. I think it's going to be a historical moment. There's going to be like, remember the Sniffly Nose podcast?
It's gonna happen more than once. It's gonna happen a lot.
Then we'll have to figure
You
it
know
out.
the amount of times I'm sniffly? Like
It's a lot.
It's more than half.
Guys, the amount of tissues we go through is fucking insane.
We use so many.
They're like, where are the tissues? And we're like, we're out. I'm like, we just want 5 boxes.
Literally, I use so many tissues, guys. Oh my god. Yeah. it's
Anyways,
bad.
have a good night.
Yeah, have
have
a
a good
great
day.
night. Have a great day. Whatever you're doing. Hope you have a great time. Love you guys.
We'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye.